Okay, we are going to look at our analysis chatbots. This is sort of a behind the scenes, and we're just in QA with it. So I'm looking at an internal uh, version of this, which is pretty much what you're going to see with the knowledge that this is all in QA. This isn't just connect to a couple APIs and we have an instant chatbot analysis. This is all you know custom built where uh, we're going to generate tables and generate charts and graphs. And the main difference between these discovery bots and the analysis bots is that uh, the chatbots that for analysis purely focus on analysis. So they're not going to do any of the small talk. They're not going to answer questions that are, more of what you would expect from a knowledge base style bot, which is for customer support and lead generation. That's what these are for. And these chatbots, the discovery chatbots, they're designed to answer and ask questions for those use cases. They might do some limited analysis, but that's not their intended use case. The if you're looking to do an analysis of your data, then this is what you're going to want to use, and that's why we've separated these into two different types. These bot types. You have one that's task is to analyze your data, and then you have a discovery bot, which is it's going to ask your questions. It's going to generate questions and collect data to learn and discover about your customer and or your user. And your user can also ask your bot questions and get responses. So it's a two-way discovery between a business and a user. Uh, and as you can see, the call to action is different as well. So we're going to look at recent activity for discovery. We want to see who's what customers and what are they saying to our what do they want to know about our business. With an analysis, once we create a bot, we can then start a new analysis at any time. And because you only need to connect a spreadsheet to BotSheets once, then we keep AI in sync with changes to your data. So you might analyze your data at one point with a chatbot, and then there's some changes to your spreadsheet. Maybe you've added a bunch of rows, or data changes over time, and so you can start a new analysis without having to upload or connect the spreadsheet again. It stays connected and updates on regular frequencies. Uh, we can show you here the process of creating an analysis chatbot is quite simple, or at least it's simpler than the discovery chatbots, which go through a series of steps to get you to create one. Here, it's just very simple. You click a button, and you're going to need a data set, and you can use one of our templates. So we have some templates here, or you can add your own, and you just paste in the URL and click create bot, and you've got a bot in one click. So fewer steps because the goal of the chatbot is already defined for you. Its goal is to analyze your data and give you responses back that are analytical and insightful, all based on the data it has access to. Of course, you might not have a data set ready to go, so that's why we provide these templates. And you can get data sets pretty much from any application in your business stack. Well, not any application, but most of the bigger applications, anything for CRM, or if you use like a Mailchimp for email broadcasting, you can export your audience into CSV format, and then you can drag that into Google Sheets, and it's a data set in a structure that can be easily analyzed. Any of the major applications, all your transactional stuff too, right? Like anything from Stripe, if you're processing transactions, just export the data. It's in the format that BotSheets would need to be able to perform. Google Analytics, you can get that data easily out, and you can also use a tool like Zapier will create rows of spreadsheet data from hundreds of applications and deliver that format and at a data set. A data set, in short, is a collection of data organized into columns and rows. You have a column header as your first row, and then you have one or several, hundred or even thousands of rows of data under each one of those columns. And you can preview any of our selected data sets, and it'll show you what that looks like. So here is this Amazon sales report, and you can see I have, my headers, and then I have all of these rows of data, and the chatbot is going to read this data and help me understand it. It's going to generate insights, and it's going to generate long tables of results as well. So let's dive in and let's create a bot with this data set, and it takes just a few seconds depending on how big the data set is. This is a fairly small data set, so that was pretty quick. And now this message is fully customizable. This is just test data that I put in here, and same with the title of the bot, fully customizable. And I think what's useful here is that you have a lot of the same settings as our discovery bot in terms of and you can rename it, and you could use our OpenAI key, or you can add your own. You can use your own custom domain. When it comes to rules, it's just the you're going to set up a custom greeting message. So let's look at Amazon sales. I'll just save changes, and that's pretty much it. In terms of branding and publishing, which are publishing is sharing the bot, branding is customizing the look and feel. You can do that too, and that's particularly useful here. Is that you don't have to just analyze your data, one-on-one within BotSheets. You can make that experience shareable. So maybe you want to, share a chat analysis, or you want to share, a chat-only access to your data with your team. Or if you're an agency, maybe you load up their Google Analytics, in a data set, and spin up a chatbot, and then just send them a direct link to the chatbot. And then you don't have to spend all this time preparing a report for them with all the the pretty graphs and all that stuff. They can interact with the bot on their terms. You just provide them with chat only access to the data, and it's much more engaging and personalized for them, and it's less time for you as an agency. Maybe your business is you want to just provide access to data. So you've done all the research. You've done market research on pick any subject, and then you go after your target audience that want access to that data, and you can just share share a direct link for content marketing, or you have a landing page and maybe it's behind a paywall or something, and they can pay and access that data. So you're building really more of a knowledge business with where you're providing access, chat only access to data, and it's either free, helps you grow your business, or it's premium, and it becomes a conversational experience you can monetize. So that's our publishing. Monitoring, you can monitor other user interactions with it, or you can just start analyzing the data yourself and see. And let's look at this sales report. What are some things I want to know? Maybe I can ask, what's the most popular size? and it'll go through the data, and it gives you a result. The most popular size is 3XL, and then you can click the explain result, and it shows you how it got to that result. And you can ask it to do other things like, put the top sellers. Oops. Put the top sellers in a table. And, we have these enhanced response types here. And it'll explain the result as well. Let's look at, let's see here, what other, give me a shipping status, in a chart, in a graph. And so, maybe you want to have the data represented visually. And so it'll generate shipping distribution status. And if you want to just take the, see the image, you can do that. You can drop that into a report pretty easily. Just drag it to your desktop and, there you go. And it'll also explain the result. So this is essentially data analysis, which is an obvious use case, but you can for building a chatbot on top of a spreadsheet. But you can see that we're crafting a different type of conversational experience for those types of analytical or data-driven use cases, which are going to be different than a discovery chatbot, which is for different use cases, much more designed to ask and answer questions. And this is really just to understand your data quickly and gain some actionable insights. Hope that helps understand how we've split things up. And feel free to comment and share your thoughts.